support, both absolutely free for calling today. Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880. Sponsored by Annuity General, producers have the appropriate licenses and products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term. This is Rick Medlock. Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day, because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we help thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now, and drive off as early as today. Just text APPLY NOW to 88909 right now to get started. That's APPLY NOW to 88909. Auto financing the easy way. Text APPLY NOW to 88909.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
Susan Jebb says, if nobody brought in cakes in the office, I would not eat cakes in the day. But because people do bring cakes in, I eat them. Oh, we need the professor. The professor. We need the analysis from the professor to tell us that. If there were no cakes, I wouldn't eat a cake. If there is a cake, why eat the cake? There you go, students. Now give me. There's also the other option, though. Like that's how the equation works for me, also. Any kind, it really works that way for any kind of dessert pastry. If it's not there, I won't eat it. If it is there, I will eat it. And that's all the calculation I need to put. There is a third option, which is that it could be there and not. You could really do that. It is physically possible. And then it says, we all think we're rational, intelligent, educated people who make informed choices all the time, and we undervalue the impact of the environment. Okay, so I get where they're going. So this is what they mean by you can basically secondhand cake is the danger we have to look out for, and you don't ingest it the same way you ingest secondhand smoke. But if it's in the environment, like if smoke is in the environment, you inhale it, and they say it's dangerous. Well, if cake is in your environment, then because you have no willpower, she's assuming you will inhale that as well. I have to say, I don't like the reasoning, but I am on board with the war on cake, and this is actually why I brought it up. I'm on board with it for it. I agree you shouldn't bring cake into the workplace. I agree that cake should not be the default celebratory dessert because it should be pie. And I've been saying this for so long. I think to my mind, it's one of the most important campaigns that I've embarked on, and I'm 100%. Everybody knows it. We all just go along with cake. Yeah. Look, again, if cake is there and there's nothing else and there are no other dessert options, I'll eat the cake. Because what am I going to do? Not eat the cake when it's there? I'm not crazy. But if there are other options, I'm going to the other options like most people would. Cake, there's no reason why cake should be, well, it's a birthday, you bring a cake. And there's something to celebrate. It's an anniversary, a wedding, bring a cake. There's no reason for this. There are better dessert dishes that are more widely loved and more consistently good. That's the other problem with cake, is that there's a cake quality, there's a wide spectrum, and there are some cakes that are just plain terrible. But even cake at its very best, cake at its best does not hold a candle to a mediocre pie, or a mediocre brownie, or a mediocre homemade chocolate chip cookie. And then what about its worst? Like, what's the worst homemade chocolate chip cookie you ever had in your life? You can't remember an occasion because, like, they're always good. They're not ever bad. A homemade brownie, always good. Pie, most pies are just good. Even if you think about pie, a pre-made pie from the grocery store, it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, you can remember times in your life when you had cake that was plain terrible. And yet we all live under this tyranny of cake. It doesn't make any sense. Let's free ourselves of it. Should be pie. Celebrating a birthday, bring out the pie. Wedding, there's no reason why you can't have a pie. All right, now we can talk about this. Next up, instead of our usual daily cancellation, I'm going to take the time to respond to the Steven Crowder and Daily Wire drama, probably on your nuts station.
You know when you start up a motorcycle and you hear it go pong, pong, boom when it takes off? I was losing that. I was losing my energy, like everybody does as they grow older. And I don't want to be tired. I don't want to look tired, and I don't want to be tired. I started using Balance of Nature about a year and a half ago. Noticed the results immediately, and I went, oh my gosh, this works. This is what I've been missing all my life. I'm loving life actually more than I ever have. I miss my Baba Boom. I got it back. Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. You, like Kathy Lee Gifford, and thousands of others have had life-changing success with Balance of Nature. Take advantage of our New Year's offer while you still can. Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com. That's 1-800-246-8751 and get $25 off plus a free Vibrant Spice when you use discount code KLG.
This is Lane Shipman of Shreving Company.
Lane is a member of the fourth generations family committed to preserving the highest standards and the finest quality of jewelry in America.
From San Francisco and Palo Alto
To Greensboro, North Carolina.
you've told us that you prefer high standards and fine quality.
You have kept true craftsmanship alive in America.
From our family to yours, thank you.
Thank you from 5 generations.
Shreve & Company, 150 Post off Union Square and in Palo Alto, perfectly situated in the Stanford Shopping Center. Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Find out everything you need to know about your favorite radio station on the Talk Radio 560 KSFO website. It's all at KSFO.com. Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple to understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. Calling Henry 715-9880. That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today. Call A-Hendrick 715-9880. That's A-Hendrick 715-9880. Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
Cancellation today because there's something else that I need to talk about, and this is something that I very much do not want to talk about, the kind of drama that I normally stay out of. If you watch the show, you know that. But an exception has to be made in this case, because when my friends and allies are dishonestly attacked and unfairly maligned, I am going to defend them. So, Steven Crowder, you've probably heard about the saga by now. In fact, you've heard way more about big money conservative media contracts this week, I imagine, than than you ever wanted to or needed to. You probably wake up every morning worried about how you'll care for your family and feed your children, not so worried about whether rich and famous conservative pundits are happy in their contract. That's why I don't want to spend much time talking about contracts, but it's important that we lend context. So here's a quick summary. A few days ago, Steven Crowder published a video titled Stop Big Con, where he attacked unnamed conservative media companies whom he accused of being essentially con artists in bed with big tech. And the main source of his complaint against, quote, Big Con was a contract offered to him by one company which he claimed was expletive and revealed that this company was acting as an enforcement arm for the big tech overlords. And he said that the contract offer was tantamount to slavery. He complained that this company wanted to deduct pay if he missed a day of work or if he was deplatformed by any of the major social media platforms. He framed this as an unthinkably sinister ploy. He said that it was so upsetting that he's not sure that he even wants to continue in the business. That's how terrible. Now, he didn't name the company, but he gave enough information that obviously everyone would know that it was a Daily Wire. They would know it because there were only a few companies it could be. It wasn't The Blaze. He just left The Blaze. It wasn't Fox. He already worked for Fox. He's gone from there. Also, Fox doesn't do ad reads with their hosts, so it couldn't be them. It couldn't be any of the conservative groups. So it's like it had to be it. And everyone knew that, and Crowder, of course, knew that everybody would know that. So that put Daily Wire in position. And the next day, our CEO, Jeremy Boring, did the only thing he really could do, and certainly the thing that was the most transparent and honest. He released a video admitting that this supposedly nefarious contract came from him and from the Daily Wire management team. He then went through the contract line by line, the whole thing. I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever that a CEO of a media company has walked through a talent contract line by line for an hour. Can't get more transparent than that. And so that's what he did, revealed every detail of it so that there could be no confusion. He didn't attack Crowder. He was, said that he respects Crowder, respects the work that he does and all the rest. But here's the contract. Here's the truth. He explained that they offered Crowder $50 million for a 4-year contract, but the document that Crowder showed on the air in his initial video was not the 4-year contract. It was a term sheet. It was an offer in writing, a first salvo. It was supposed to be a negotiation. Crowder wanted, among other things, a lot more money. He wanted $30 million a year, not $50 million for 4 years. What he wanted. And, can't be blamed for that. You're supposed to want more than whatever your first offer. Part of the negotiation. And if you think you can get $120 million, you should ask for it. Okay? If I thought that I could get that, I would go ask for, I want $120 million. Anybody would. But that is what he asked for. As for the penalties that Crowder complained about, as Jeremy explained, they would give him 4 weeks of paid vacation every year. Pretty good amount. But beyond that, they didn't want to pay him for episodes he didn't actually make. And if he lost advertisers or platforms, then obviously his show would make less money, which means that he would make less money. Okay, the initial contract was of course, a calculation based on the initial offer, rather. A calculation based on the revenue that Crowder was expected to bring in. And part of that calculation is looking at the platform access that he has. All of that is monetizable. Crowder monetizes it right now. We all do. And so it's worth something. And so they're making a contract offer based on that. Like, this is what all of that is worth. We're going to pay you this. If that goes away, then it doesn't have the same value anymore because it's not there. Now, the offer wasn't meant to be a charitable donation. If something were to happen, causing him to bring in a lot less revenue, then they would want to pay him less income because he makes less. This is a very normal aspect of any business. It's how all businesses operate. It's how Crowder himself operates his own business. It's not shocking or scandalous. Though it should be noted that, according to the term sheet, even if Crowder got demonetized and banned from every platform, the Daily Wire would still pay him millions of dollars a year to make content for the Daily Wire's platform. And please note that if he didn't want his money to be tied to ad performance and platform reach, that's one way to structure a contract. It's not the only way. And if he didn't want that, he could have negotiated for a lower base salary, which would still be millions a year, in exchange for guarantees that he would receive it regardless of those factors. It's again in any kind of contract situation. If you want guaranteed salary is one thing. If you want incentive-based salary, that's
gotta be kidding me.
If you don't want to be beholden to incentives or anything like that, then it's going to be a lower because it's guaranteed. And there's a risk
hate this
to the
fucking
company
city.
that they're guaranteeing no matter what you do.
There's always a fucking
If you
animal
lose money, if you
around
do whatever,
you.
whatever happens, we're going to guarantee this.
Jeez,
Well, that's a
what
risk.
is
So it's going to
this,
be a
a
little bit.
fucking
Could have countered with that.
farm?
He didn't, and instead he went public.
Damn, there's a
Now, the
damn
next
city
day,
and
after
always
Jeremy released the video,
stupid
Crowder
stuff going on
responded
here.
to another video. After having accused the Daily Wire of being in bed with big tech based on a mangled reading of extremely normal contract language, and having essentially accused his friends, Jeremy and Ben, who he's known for a decade and who have supported him many times over the years, of being sellouts and con artists, he then played snippets of a phone call that he had with Jeremy, which he secretly recorded.
Stupid liberal
In a call, Jeremy
policies,
says
that's why
most of what he said publicly
place like this
first
city
response.
is
The big gotcha
the way it
in
is.
this casual and he
No
thought
law
private conversation with a
enforcement,
friend
no rules are
said that
being
new
enforced.
content creators have to come on and be, quote, wage slaves for a little bit until they build up enough of a brand to be worth the kind of money the Crowder is. You're normal. You've got to earn your way. Your way to this. That's another way of putting it. Wage slave is a normal expression that most of us have used. Not offensive, but which is supposed to be so sinister coming from Jeremy's mouth that it just publicly releasing a private phone conversation with a friend who trusts you, or trusted. In the phone conversation, Crowder sticks up for the up-and-coming young creators who he says he's most concerned about. He says that he wants to teach the Daily Wire how to run their business. He knows the way to do it, and Daily Wire doesn't. He wants to tell them how to do it. He says that he doesn't want to be beholden to big tech. He wants to be liberated from it. He presents this as a revelatory idea and one that the Daily Wire somehow disagrees with. Of course, he says all this in a conversation that he knew he was recording. And he knew he would release it to an audience, because that's why you record it. He also insisted that the Daily Wire should adopt his business model of trying to get away from big tech dependence, which doesn't make a lot of sense because that is the Daily Wire's business model. We have built up a subscriber base of 1 million plus with the intent of creating our own institution. This has been a Daily Wire's business model since long before they made an offer to that.
no, I can't.
You know, this is something that in the company meetings that Jeremy has with all staff here, including myself, that are live streamed for the public to see.
Like that far
Okay.
away from here.
This is talked about all the time, that this is our goal, to become an institution.
I'm not trying to
The left has all the institution, the right doesn't have any. We want to be our own, so we're not beholden to these big tech companies. In fact, bringing Steven Crowder on board was supposed to be in service to that ultimate goal, but it's a goal that takes time and it requires money and a lot of it. And in the meantime, we do indeed depend on sites like YouTube to access an audience and